But now into the stadium section here, the slowest section of the track. There's a lot of time to make up here. But out of the final corner, he gets a pretty decent exit. And up to the line, what time is this going to be? Thax sets a 14.7, but Pip just outdoes him with a 14.6, and Jerry as well getting into the 14s. That's a very good time by the top three drivers. But Dungeon currently coming up to the line. Is he starting his lap? Or is he finishing his lap? Yeah, he's starting his lap. So Pip currently on P1 by only a tenth of a second. As Moto comes across the line with a 14.4, 2/10 ahead of Pip. So yeah, it's looking very interesting at the top here as Beastova goes across the line with a 14.5, and Alan goes ahead of his teammate up to P3. So Dungeon now currently on his first hot lap, riding on board with him in the second sector, and I think that's a Haas ahead of him just now. But let's see, what is his second sector? It's a 27.4, and that's a pretty good time, only 1/10 behind Moto's second sector. So Dungeon is currently on course to get a possible pole position, but he has a lot of traffic here in the last sector, and that might be compromising his vision. But now up to the line, is he going to be able to take P1? And yes, he is, a 14.4, only a few hundredths ahead of Moto. And we're now on board with Pip again. Can he improve his time? He's 2/10 off Dungeon now. Can he get ahead of Dungeon? What is his second sector? It's a 27.2. That's a very good second sector from the Racing Point driver. Can he dethrone Dungeon from pole position? Yes, he can. A 14.1. 3/10 ahead of the current championship leader. That's a huge improvement for Pip. But Beastova now coming into the stadium section, and he's currently got a 27.3 second sector, so it's looking like a pretty decent lap for Beastova as he hops over the curb there. That might have compromised some time. It looks like he caught some air time coming out of that corner, but up to the line, he keeps it onto the right hand side. Is it an improvement for Beastova? Yes, it is. He improves by 3/10 of a second up to P2 with a 14.2. So it's now up to Dungeon to get an improvement here, as he's currently down in P3, 3/10 of pole position. This isn't usually the case with Dungeon. We usually expect him to see him dominate here in qualifying. And Dungeon with the purple sector 2 and now into the final sector, he has a very good chance of taking P1 here, and he might actually hit the wall on the exit of the penultimate corner, but let's see if that affected his time. Now up to the line, and it is an improvement, but it's not enough for P1. He improves by a few tenths, but it's still not enough to get ahead of Pip. And is Pip currently on another lap? Yes, he is. Can Pip extend his advantage over the rest of the field? And yes, he does. He does a 14.0. That was a very good final sector from Pip, a 21.0. So it's going to be all or nothing for Dungeon as he comes up to the line. This is going to be his last attempt. Will he be able to get pole? And oh, it's a very close between the top two drivers. Only 2/100ths of a second. And that last sector was very good for Dungeon, but it just wasn't good enough to dethrone Pip.
Lights out, and away we go in Mexico. And good thing for everyone, no one will be jumping the start here. Let's see what's gonna happen this time for the 4th time in the season. It will be leading, but will Dungeon Fanatics, a reigning double winner, get ahead of him? Is it gonna be a Ferrari at the front? We are not quite sure yet. None of them making a mistake at the first few corners. That is essential for your race if you want to get ahead of everyone. It's currently Pip, but it looks to be Moto for Ferrari in the lead now. Alan is right there. Side 85 is also there. No, never mind. That's Whiteside. Oh, they got a stacked group though, but whatever. It's still Racing Points. It's Racing Point 1-2 and a 4-3 for the Ferraris. Is CAA trying to cook something in the pink cars right here? None of them going wide yet as we enter the 3rd sector here, where you can flip. They will go through the corner, and exactly what I said. 2 cars flipping And two of the Ferraris, I think, making a mistake. No, never mind, just one. It's just Maxi and YSI flipping in the first time in the sector threes. Now Moto will be leading this race. What a choke from YSI, which will be killing his chances in the championship, but he can definitely come back from that. And seeing in the chat, that is a definite curse. And that is Pip making a mistake, so he's gonna lose more time on that one. Well, he is not gonna be happy with that. And okay, let's go back to the front again, because we might have a nice fight between Dungeon and Moto. Kind of a screen freeze there, as they might be side by side through here. 2 tenths separating the two of them. We got, Dungeon Fanatics, another mistake from Bro.
Yeah.
Well, Alpine's not gonna be happy with that.
But Dungeon currently trying to make his way through the field up to P8 now. And he's gotten ahead of the Mercedes, as he's now trying to get past both of the McLarens as well. And we have YSI just behind him as well. So we have YSI and N4F2 battling through the Sector 2. And YSI is on the soft tyres as well, so we might see them pitting soon as... Oh, that was an Alpine. Dungeon, I think Dungeon got a corner cut penalty. Yes, he did. And that's going to cost him even more time.
As we got a three-way fight right here for P2, I think.
For P1, actually. This is for the lead.
Oh, right, the Ferrari is there.
Yeah, and Beastova moves up into the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beastova getting the switchback on the Ferrari driver, and he moves up into P1. And Moto's lost a huge amount of time. He's 1 second ahead of Beastova a few laps earlier, but it looks like he just lost all the pace at the moment. Did he get a corner cut last lap? I don't know, we can't check, but yeah, that's Moto down into P2, and he's gonna have to defend from TXH, but no, TXH gets a corner cut penalty. Yeah, now Thax moves up into the podium. Yeah, side by side with Thax coming into turn 1, and he brakes later than Thax, and he gets the power down nice and early out of turn 1. But does Thax get DRS on him? No, he doesn't, but the Alfa Romeo of Jerry does get DRS. So that's going to give him a bit of extra speed coming into this corner, into the chicane, and over the curb goes Thax. And that's going to get him a little bit of time here as he now comes into Sector 2. But Flamed just fending him off, fending the AlphaTauri off as, that's a huge moment for Flamed. And that's a corner cut penalty for him. As we now come into the final sector, still only 2 tenths separate Moto and Beastova. As we now come out of the penultimate corner, are any of them going to come in as we pass the pit lane now? Moto comes in, but Beastova stays out for another lap. So let's see now what tyres will Moto go on to. He's probably going to go onto the soft tyres. The mediums on the 2021 cars aren't too good. You're going to want to use the soft tyres as much as possible, and he does go onto the soft once again. So Beastova probably going to go onto the soft tyres next lap. Yeah, so now...
we got Beastova pitting.
Oh yeah, we do. And Jerry coming in as well. So Beastova going onto the soft tyres as well as Jerry. So does Beastova come out ahead of Moto? No, he doesn't. Moto coming out into the lead, and there's the Alpine of Dungeon behind him. I don't know whether Dungeon has pitted, but he might be up into P2 on pace. That this could be a really good comeback by Dungeon after his early mistake. But let's see now, Beastova, does he get DRS on the two drivers in front of him? No, he doesn't. But it's Moto now into the lead with Beastova, 2.5 seconds behind him. So maybe that 1 lap pressure tire might not be the right choice, because he's lost a huge amount of time from getting undercut by Moto. Oh, Beastova up into the lead.
Oh, probably a penalty from Moto. Because it was
Yeah,
1.5,
let's have a look now.
1.7.
Yeah, red
Yeah,
sector
it looks
1.
to be it.
Red sector 1 for...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so now a 1.5 second gap to Moto. This could be Beastova's second win here this season.
Was it Moto?
Yeah,
Oh,
Moto getting another slowdown in 2 laps. And that's going to bring him down into P4. And Jerry goes all the way up into P2. And now Moto coming into the pit lane this lap. And he goes... he's probably going to go on to another set of soft tires, as we see him now making his stop. And yes, it's another set of soft tires as Dungeon comes in as well, and if a lot of drivers are coming in. TXH, Flamed, and Pip, does he come in? No, he doesn't. But where does Thax come out? He pitted a lap earlier, but he gets ahead of all of them, I think. Yes, he does. He gets the undercut.
Wow.
He gets the undercut on Dungeon. But
Ooh.
Beastover now into the pit lane as Ysai and Jerry coming in as well. Yeah.
We'll be looking on Moto at the end of the pit lane. Beastova is going to leave the pit lane. Where is Moto though? He's only leaving the final corner. Beastova already out of the pit procedure. He'll be ahead of Jerry Pico and Ysai, but not Beastova. He can make a move anytime he wants, but it will depend on what's going on. And that's Moto flipping, by the way.
Oh.
Moto flipping once again. And that's Dungeon right behind him.
Oh, something happened to Ysai.
Oh.
Ysai got a track limit penalty. Oh no.
Oh.
That's gonna cost Ysai a huge amount of time, and there's not any time for him to recover that mistake because we're now coming onto the last lap, and it's Beastova in the lead, 7 seconds ahead of Jerry Pico. But Dungeon is chasing him down. The gap between Jerry and Dungeon is 1.5 seconds. So Jerry is gonna have to fight for his life here at the last lap. Okay.
Well, Beastova is about to do it. He's going to take multiple victories just like Dungeon. He'll say, "You can place the trophy on the table. I'll take it anyway. If you take it first, I'll take it in the end otherwise." Beastova wins again in Mexico. Oh, we might have a change here. And it's Jerry Pico in P2. Dungeon in P3. And Ysai and Moto in 4th and 5th.
Beastova takes his second win of the season here in Mexico, ahead of Jerry, who had an epic performance to get P2 ahead of Dungeon, who remains in the championship lead by almost 20 points. But as we look to the Constructors' Championship, is Ferrari still leading, but it's now tied between Red Bull and Racing Point for 3rd place. But that's going to be all for this weekend. Join us next time for the race in Japan.